Okay, here I am on the Wavve login page. I am going to see what I can do to make my own card. Now keep in mind, I've never done this before. I've never been the guy to come in here and make things happen. So I just logged in with the info that Baird gave me, and it looks like this is a demo account. So, okay, I'm going to go to My Cards. I'm going to click on the card I want to use. I'm using Square because I don't have any vertical type stuff at this point. So I'm going to click on some stuff here to move it around. All right, I clicked on the image. I'm getting rid of that because that's not what I want. This Wavve file is not the one I want either. So that's what I'm going to do for that. So I'm going to try to upload my own image. All right, replace the image. Go here. I will go find my artwork. Okay, and I have pulled in the artwork. Now it looks like I can add text. So I'm going to do that. Let's see. I'm going to choose a text over here. Let's try this Oswald for the heck of it. All right, double click to edit. I'm going to put this. Okay, so that's good. I'm going to click on it again to try to move the thing. Oh, that's my background. I don't want to do that. I'll leave it right where it was. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to make the thing a little bigger. That I'm going to see what about changing the color to more of a yellow to match my deal here. Okay, I'm still working on it. So let's see. Yeah, I like that. If you know the exact hex code, you can put it in right here. And I don't, so I'm going to copy this one. Just since I got that, I'm going to set that color. All right, now I'm going to go to my Wavve forms, close my fonts out. I'm going to go to my Wavve forms, and I'm going to choose the one I like best. Oh my, look at all these options. Huh. Circles. I wonder what the circles and squares are for. Let's see what that's for. Huh. Don't know what that's for, but I'm not going to use it. I've just, like I said, I've never done this before. So, which of these waveforms do I like? Do I like that? Do I like this? That. I think it's a toss-up between this one. I'm going to put them both on here and see what I like better. And this one, for some reason, I like. So, it'll only let you do one. So, I think this one looks good. I'm going to make it a little smaller up and down and a little wider to go across the entire thing. And I'm going to change the color to that color I just copied. Set that color. All right, so there we go. Share audio files on social beautifully with Wavve. All right, now I'm going to change this just a minute. I want to make it, how should I say? I want to make it bigger font. So now, as you can see here, I'm going to move this back to white. I just like white. All right, there we go. As you can see, I am no graphic designer, but in no time here, I was able to put this together and make it work. I noticed I had a little bit of a white gap over here where I had moved my image. So, share audio files on social beautifully with Wavve, and I'm going to change this again, change my text, because I had another idea. Okay, I wanted to do that just to make it a thing where, sorry, I can't talk and think at the same time. For some reason, I'm having trouble grabbing my text there to move it. All right, so I'm going to have to make this a little smaller. All right, there we go. One thing I would like is if, like in Canva, when something gets centered, this little red line appears, faintly. And I would love that if that was the case on here. All right, so there we got that. We got all that. Got background color. Oh, I can create a background color. Let's try that. Maybe we can put a gray behind that. Yeah, I like it. Can I make it opaque? Yeah, or less opaque. Outline width. And that's the text it's talking about there. Okay, so your background color doesn't look like you can make it opaque or not. So I'm going to say no background color. No, I thought that was no background color, but it's not. It's reset. That's what I want. So, yeah, that resets. Okay. So, but I can do an outline on the actual font, it looks like. Oh, I clicked on a different font. So go back up here. Let's find another one. Roboto. Oswald is what I was on. Yeah, I like Oswald. Okay. So I can do an outline color, it appears. Outline width. So I can do something like that. And where do I choose my outline color? That's the thing I don't know right now. So, interesting. Okay, so I like that. So I'm going to save the card. It's going to load. I'm going to close out the font thing here too. So letting it load. Loading, loading, loading. All right, now it's going to show my card right there. Isn't that cool? I think I now have to go to create up here. Or I have to select a file. No, it's this one. So I have to click on this once I get into create. And I have to select my audio file. Okay, so I'm going to go grab it and be right back. Okay, and it is pulling in the audio. And I just pulled in my full episode because I want to play around with it and see what it takes to do something cool. All right, so you can also start recording. Now, Baird mentioned in the episode that you can kind of scroll in. You can like create a section that you want to put underneath. So let's do this and play.
Let's get you podcastificated right away.
Right, you see, that's not what I want. Let's try over here. So whatever's in the blue is what I'm listening to.
It is crazy. All right, Baird. Well, I think that's enough just to let us know a little bit about you. I'm glad to hear you're happily married and love where you live.
Okay, so I'm going to zoom back out. And again, I'm just trying to figure this out as I go. So going to pull it way down here toward the end because I felt like Baird shared some good Instagram stuff right there at the end. Now I'm going to zoom in on that. There needs to be a way for the cursor to stay.
Instagram can be one of the best places to promote content. And the reason I love Instagram so much is it is one of the last safe places on social media. And the reason for that is I mentioned their API is not fully open, which means that there's not a lot of bots, there's not a lot of spammers. Instagram can be one of the best places to promote content. And the reason I love Instagram so much is it is one of the last safe places on social media. And the reason for that is I mentioned their API is not fully open, which means that there's not a lot of bots, there's not a lot of spammers, and it's mostly organic engagement on Instagram, which makes it very unique compared to a lot of the Instagram can be one of the best places to
see. Just so maybe Baird will listen to this, there needs to be a way to click right here where I can start playing right there. And maybe there isn't. I'm just not
content.
Aware of it.
The reason I love Instagram so much is it is one of the last safe places on social media. And the reason for that is I mentioned their API is not fully open, which means that there's not a lot of bots,
because right now I'm having to listen to the
spammers,
whole thing
and
again.
It's mostly organic engagement on Instagram, which makes it very unique compared to a lot of the different platforms out there.
Okay, I'm going to say that's good. Generate the video. It's uploading the audio. And wherever I share this, I will put a link to my show notes page so that if people want to actually hear the episode, they can go right there from where I've posted the Wavve video. Now, I'm waiting for it to finish processing. Wow, look, it's doing something. I think part of the reason it took so long is because my audio that I uploaded was almost 34 and a half minutes long. And so it had to upload all that, then cut out just the piece that I was wanting to use, which was relatively small. So I do think editing this yourself ahead of time, just taking in the small little clip, would speed up your processing time on this whole thing a lot faster. All right, so there it is. Now I get to play it and see. Let's watch it.
Instagram can be one of the best places to promote content.
Oh man,
the
isn't
reason I
that
love
cool?
Instagram so much is one of the last safe places on social media. And the reason for that is I mentioned their API is not fully open, which means that there's not a lot of bots, there's not a lot of spammers, and it's mostly organic engagement on Instagram, which makes it very unique compared to a lot of the different platforms out there.
Okay, cool. Now this post description is what would go with social media, I think. So if I share it on Facebook right now or Twitter, or this is the SMS I can share to my mobile. Okay, so I can change this. And yep, United States. All right, they've got a mobile device in there already because this is not my account. This is a demo account they allowed me to use. So I'm just going to send it. I'm just going to send it there, I think. I don't know. So, and then right here, I can download it. So that's what I'm going to do. Click on the arrow. Podcast. All right. Episode 80 Wavve. All right. There we go. So I just saved that. Down it goes. It's downloading. And I think I'm done. See, it's in the account here now. So that is it for the Wavve demo. Get in there, play around with it, see what you think. I'm sure there are tutorials. Yeah, see, look right over here. Video tutorials. Take a look at all these. There are probably a lot of tips in here for how to do things I didn't know how to do. So do your best. Thanks.